Harmony OS OpenHarmony. Now I'm browsing the OpenHarmony's folder with the UOS and using grub update on the UOS, so you cannot see the OpenHarmony OS grub UEFI menu, so it's not the ordinary Linux. You can see here is the 3A6000 Loongson I'm running, and if it is Linux kernel, it will be detected if you run the grub update. So now you cannot see after the grub update. So the kernel is Hongmeng kernel. It's Harmony OS. Now OS inside to check. It's not like Linux. You can see the folders here. There are so many, the disk arrangement. They will have a lot of different disk and different sections on the disk after installation. So it's kind of like my Harmony OS PC kind of style and format. You can see some things like they refer something to Linux, but it's not Linux. Some kind of open GPL, open source, those kind of agreement they follow. They, they have reference from them. You can see some etc, the last game, or some kind of site like that, but it's not Linux based. You can see after putting the grub doesn't show any home OS. So you need to choose the hard disk that I install the home's OS. So now I'm putting the OpenHarmony 5.0. So that's the inside slide. Harmony OS, right? This is the OpenHarmony 5.0. So now I'm inside the OpenHarmony 5.0. This PC. Now you can see opening the developing mode and some USB debug. So it's like Harmony OS, like my phone, like my tablet, like my Harmony OS PC, because it's the microkernel OS. So you can see there are the surface, the interface, something like Harmony OS PC. They have some kind of called the right to open it. So now you can see the Hans OS. The kernel is the OpenHarmony 5.0, and the CPU is the Loongson 3A6000 I'm running, 32 GB RAM. And this is the OpenHarmony Harmony OS plus the Loongson 3A6000 CPU. So it's the 100% operation system by Chinese, and 100% under 100% CPU, not based on the ARM X86, but using a long arc instruction set, and the operation system not based on Linux, but 100% based on Hongmeng kernel. So it's not the Linux. So you can see there are something. So there is no sound because I'm using HDMI with the AMD RX 460 4060. So you need to use the speaker with the adapter using the analog mode. Now using the digital HDMI, they haven't modified it. They haven't optimize it, so you cannot output with my HDMI port because they are still the beta version testing version, not the real version. So now you can see YouTube using Alan Walker and I play no sound. You can see, and no terminal. This operation system still no terminal and still under optimization. So there is no terminal. It's like ordinary operation system using. So with the 3A6000 CPU, Chinese one, Bilibili also okay. But some kind of bug like that when you shrink it and then the video disappears, and then some kind of click the video, the picture, it won't play the video, but you need to click the title. So this is I see that there is the OpenHarmony SL the showing. So it's like the WSL on the Windows, like the Windows subsystem Linux. Here is the OpenHarmony subsystem Linux, so that you can run the Linux software. But now it's still under optimization, so you cannot run it. When you run it, the WeChat WPS. So there is a penguin showing, which means that it's the OpenHarmony subsystem Linux OHSL running. So when you run those kind of ordinary app, there is no penguin, which means it's the native Harmony OS software and application. So I think sooner or later you will have terminal. Now, so far no terminal, so that you cannot type your command on the terminal, and you cannot run the kind of Linux software. Now they are still optimization. There is also the app gallery, so that you can download some kind of softwares, and now the native operation, native software, native applications. Now you can see there are only few, so they are still optimizing that kind of the operation system. And then the music player is like the Harmony OS 1. The AI is still being optimized. There is no function, and there's some kind of PDF and the music. Once you install it, and PDF is and videos is about this 请卖 Ultramite technology, the Hong's OS, Hong OS, this kind of things. So you can see here, talking about that. And there are also, the PDF talking about the introducing this kind of OS, comparing to x86 and ARM CPU and the Loongarch CPU versus x86 CPU, and also OpenHarmony versus the US Linux based operation system versus this Hongmeng kernel based operation system, the microkernel. What is the differences between them? So it's good for you to see. It's funny, right? So it is not based on Linux, but I can see there Harmony OS does refer some kind of Linux structures and format, and some GPL, some kind of things, and folders, some kind of structures they are following. But there are lots of sections, different prototype disk, and the section they divide, but Linux just 5 or 6 disks they divide, but here they divide to over 10. This music player is like Harmony OS over 10. It's like Harmony OS PC is very abundant with very messy. You cannot see the logic by the Windows, by the Harmony OS. From the Linux, you cannot see it distinguishing from the Linux, so the kernel is different. So you can see here they are running .hap for application. You can see I'm trying to download the crash path from the GitHub, so you can install it, but there are some kind of signatures problem. Otherwise, you can directly install the .hap Harmony OS format software. So sooner or later we will terminal .hap. You can side load it